Do you need to track and manage the different discounts that your vendors give you when you pay? Well, if that's the case, then you should watch this video, Discounts from Vendors in QuickBooks Online. If you have any questions about this topic, you can leave them in the comments section below and I'll do my best to help you. And of course, if you feel the video helped you, I hope you will click like and don't forget to subscribe to get updates on new videos that come out all the time. Discounts from vendors are usually not tracked in a separate account. If needed, you can make an account for each type of discount you will take and enter them as a reduction directly on the vendor's bill. For example, let's imagine we have two types of discounts, good customer discount and early pay discount. Now, in accounting theory, early pay discount is an other income type of account because we earn the discount income by paying early. However, the good customer discount we will put on the list as expense type of account. And that's because in accounting theory, this is a contra expense. But by putting these two different discount accounts as these specific types, you'll be able to see exactly where they appear on the profit and loss report, and you'll be able to see the effect of each. So we go down and click Accounting and open the chart of accounts. Then in the top right, we click New. Now the first account type is Other Income, and the detail type doesn't really show purchase discounts. So the closest thing we can choose is Other Miscellaneous Income. Now the name should be Early Pay Discount or Early Pay Discount Vendors. So okay, now we should click Save and New, and that's because we're going to put another one. The other one, as we mentioned, is expense type, and the category, they don't really have discounts here. I guess you could just put something like, let's see, what would be the closest thing? It really doesn't matter. It's going to have the same effect, but I would put the closest choice for the detail type is Other Miscellaneous Service Cost. And that's because this is a contra expense. And we will name this Good Customer Discount Dash Vendors. Okay, now we can click Save and Close, and we can see that those two accounts have been added to the chart of accounts. Scroll down to confirm that they're there, and now we will do our example. Let's imagine on April 18, we received the telephone bill from Verizon. It's bill number 7654 for $650, and they subtracted out $50 for the good customer discount. And for whatever reason, we're tracking this discount separately. So watch how to record this. It's very simple. Click the plus sign for New Transaction, go across to the column of Vendor, and click Bill. Now, the vendor is Verizon. And we know that the bill date is, what is the bill date? April 18th of 2017. So let's put that, April 18th of 2017. We actually have to go back to April 18th. Now, the bill is obviously for telephone expense. And the amount of the bill, the amount of actual telephone expense that we incurred was $650 worth of service. However, we have to lower the bill by the amount of the good customer discount. So, good customer discounts for vendors is the one we recently made, and we know it's a reduction of the bill for $50. So we put a minus sign and then type in 50. And that will lower the total bill down here to $600. That will allow us to track the amount of telephone service we actually used, which was $650 worth, as well as track the discount that they give us separately. And this is the net amount of the bill that has to be paid. Save and close. And if we go back to the trial balance, you can see that good customer discounts for vendors shows up for the first time as a $50 credit. Now, we should still confirm that telephone expense, when we double click the total, has its last bill as April 18th, and the telephone expense increased by $650 because that's actually the amount of service we received. For the early pay discount, only take at the moment the bill is paid. The person recording the bill payment must compare the listed terms that are on the bill to the date of the payment and determine if the discount is still available. If the discount is available, the person recording the payment must reopen the bill, calculate the discount amount themselves, and then enter it on the bill the way we entered the other discount a moment ago. Then, after that, they have to go and record the actual bill payment. So, let's imagine on April 18, we received the supplies from Staples. The bill number 6161 for $850 had these specific terms, $210 net 30, and that comes from the pull-down list. And if you saw the prior video that was comparable for customers, you know that this means that we will get a 2% discount if we pay within 10 days of April 18th. If not, we have to pay the whole amount in 30 days. So, before we record the bill payment, let's go ahead and record this bill. We click New. We go to the column of vendors and we click Bill. Now, we choose the vendor. So again, this is supplies from Staples, $850. So this is Staples, and the category is supplies, and then the amount is $850. Okay, and we have to do this. The bill has these terms, $210 net 30. And if you joined us in a previous video, you would see that this is simply a list that you could add your own terms to and put any text you like. By clicking here, we're simply putting this text in the field. We're not helping QuickBooks Online actually calculate the discount or even determine if we're entitled to it. All it does is put this text in this field, and we could add our own terms just like we did in a prior video. But let's leave the bill the way it is. I think we should put in the bill number 6116, so that's fine. And now all we have to do is save and close. And this bill is recorded, and all it has is a set of text in one field on the bill reminding us later to check if we are or are not entitled to the discount. And finally, let's imagine on April 19, we paid the bill from the day before. And if we're paying the very next day, then we know for sure we're entitled to the discount. So, we click New, we go to the column of vendors and click Pay Bills. Now again, we're in April 19th of 2017. And we're going to click Filter. Remember, we want all dates, but we want only our friend Staples. Now, looks like this bill, 6161, is due on May 18th because, again, we made it on April 18th and the default due date was 30 days. So, what do? Well, we're going to pay this bill, but by looking at it this way, we don't yet know if we're entitled to the discount. We know we're paying it on April 19th, so if we double-click and come to the bill itself, we see that we are entitled to the discount, and the discount is 2%. Now, we have to calculate this ourselves. QuickBooks Online will not calculate this for us. So what's 2% of $850? I happen to know that 2% of $850 is $17. So I'm going to click under where it says supplies expense, and I'm going to click the specific discount, which was in the other income section, which is, where is that? Early pay well, this is early pay discount for vendors, and then we have early pay discount vendors is this. And again, it's reducing the bill. So we have to put a minus and then put the $17. So this reduces the amount of the bill to $833 because the vendor agrees that if we pay quickly, we only have to pay $833 and not $17. The reason is listed here, the early pay discount. So now we save and close, and we go right back to the Pay Bills window, and again, we want to filter it for only Staples so it's easier to see. And of course, don't forget to put the correct payment date. I know, you lose it when you leave the screen. April 19th of 2017. Okay, very good. Now, we click here and notice only $833 is coming out of the bank account. And that's the current amount of the bill because on this date we're entitled to adjust the bill down. Click Save and Close. And now when we open the report, that is the trial balance, you can see for the very first time early pay discount for vendors showed up for the first time as $17. Of course, all the other numbers in the trial balance changed accordingly the way that we learned. But there is something additional I would like to show you. I would like to show you the place on the profit and loss that good customer discount, early pay discount, and even the discount from sales will show up. We will click Reports, and we'll open up the profit and loss by going to Standard and going to Profit and Loss, which is already in the Favorites section. Now again, as a habit, I always like to ask students to show the results of all transactions regardless of date and run the report. Now notice, back a few videos ago, we gave customers these discounts for paying early, and it's in the income section and lowers the income, and that's consistent with accounting theory. The good customer discount for vendors simply shows up in the expense section as a negative number and lowers our total expenses. And then after operating income, we have other income. In this case, early pay discount to vendors actually shows up below the operating income because it's something unusual that we would not normally do to earn income. And you can discuss with your accountant what account type you should put for this discount account to determine where it should show up in the profit and loss.